Preview.
Jimmy Kimmel opened his ABC late-night show on Tuesday talking about President Donald Trump's astonishing news conference hours earlier, at which he opened his mouth and all manner of stupid came out. "I would be lying if I said I would feel more comfortable if Cersei Lannister was running this country. What started as a presser about infrastructure ended with our president making an angry and passionate defense of white supremacists. It was like if your book club meeting turned into a cockfight. It really was remarkable," he said, adding, "I feel like I can say this with reasonable certainty: the president is completely unhinged. First of all, I want to say I get it. I actually do. You were unhappy with the way things were going. You wanted someone to come in and shake things up. You didn't want business as usual. Nothing ever seems to get done, it's always the same. These candidates make a lot of promises that go nowhere. It happens over and over again, and you're sick of it. And so this guy shows up riding down a golden escalator. He's not a part of the political establishment. In fact, he's the opposite of that. He's a billionaire, maybe, he's written books, he's not politically correct, or even correct usually. He talks tough, he wants to drain the swamp, sometimes he can be funny. He rips into his opponents in a way politicians never do. And, you thought, you know what, this guy is different and that's what I want. Different. Let's roll the dice. Let him get in there, and run the country like a business. Cut the dead weight, toughen everyone up. Let's shake this Etch-a-Sketch hard, and start over. So you vote for him. You pick him over Jeb Bush and Ted Cruz and John Kasich and a dozen other Republicans whose names we forgot, and, ultimately, he beats them, and then he beats the ultimate political insider Hillary Clinton, and it's exciting. This was your guy. You picked a horse at 35-1 and somehow, it paid off, so now he's the president. And it starts off okay. He meets with President Obama, they seemed to have a nice conversation. But then he moves into the White House and, right off the bat, he's angry at the media for reporting that his crowd at the inauguration was smaller than he thought it was. Which was weird. And then he claimed it stopped raining when he was speaking at his inaugural address, when everyone could see it raining. He hires his daughter, he hires his son-in-law, demands an investigation into voter fraud, even though he won the election. He calls the Prime Minister of Australia and hangs up on him. He won't shake Angela Merkel's hand. He doesn't know Frederick Douglass isn't alive. He claims he can't release his tax returns because they're under audit, then says he won't release them at all. He signs a ban on Muslims that he claims isn't a ban on Muslims. He compliments the President of the Philippines for murdering drug addicts. Hours after a terror attack in London, he starts a fight with their mayor. After criticizing Obama for playing golf, he plays golf every weekend. He accidentally shares classified intelligence with the Russians. He tweets a typo at midnight, wakes up and claims it was a secret message. He bans the transgendered from the military without telling anyone in the military he's doing it. He plays chicken with Kim Jong-un, and that's just some of the list. If I went through all of it, it would be longer than the menu at the Cheesecake Factory. But you've been trying to ignore it, because you don't want to admit that these smug, annoying liberals were right. It's the last thing you want to do, but the truth is, deep down inside you know you made a mistake. So you can do one of two things. You can dig in like Chris Christie at a hometown buffet, or you can treat this situation like you would if you put Star Wars wallpaper up in the kitchen. Alright, I got caught up. I was excited and I made a mistake. And you can say, hey, you know what, he needs to go. So, please, think about that.